podcast. I didn't want to wear this.
The show's on. Hi, everyone. My name is Georgette True, and I am the host of Fight CPS with Miss G. And I have another return guest. She's so special to me. Her name is Akima. I love her so freaking much. And this woman is amazing, amazing. And she's dealing with so much. She was fined before CPS got involved. And now she has. Go ahead, Akima. Just tell them what you're dealing with right now, health wise, because of
Well,
the stress they put you through.
as you know before, I've been suffering with stage 4 cancer and
Right.
lupus. I did not know that, with all my other health issues, that it could change into something different. So now I've been diagnosed with MS, which is multiple sclerosis.
Right.
So some days I walk pretty fine, and for the last week or two, I've been in my wheelchair scooter. So, I have tried to comply with everything as far as what my rights are, what are court ordered, what is, asked of me as far as the parenting plan. They have suspended all of my visitation and communication as of May 6th, which was
Hmm.
the day before my regular family visits, which was May 7th, after I got confirmation. And they did this 2 days before getting an order to show cause from the family
Hmm.
court here in New York City. So the foster care agency and CPS suspended all visits and communication without authorization or a court order in effect as of yet. But turned around and said to me, based on me calling the police to do a wellness check when I was told by a New York City Department of Education employee and also a friend that my daughter's eye could possibly be infected. Now, mind
Right.
you, Miss G, I hadn't seen my children from that Tuesday, which was April 23rd. So that Friday that I reached out to do my nightly communication when they were, court ordered, my child is very combative, very defiant, and very challenging. She did not challenge me on anything when I raised the issue of, her eye may be infected.
Right.
When I asked where the foster parent was, the foster parent responded, I can't go anywhere because I don't have a vehicle. So what does that have to do with you providing, medical care for my child?
Right.
And if I got this from a credible resource that has been in communication and in personal space with my child to tell me these things, and I haven't seen my child since that prior Tuesday, why would I just call out the blue just to do that? So
Right.
being that she was not, she was basically medically neglected in my eyes because you taking her Saturday had nothing to do with me reaching out Friday. And you only took her because the foster care agency told you to take her, not that you used adequate guardianship or you know um, good judgment. So you cannot possibly tell me I'm mentally impaired because that's my allegation when I'm allowed to make authorized legal decisions for my children in their best interest. But because I won't sign a HIPAA, I'm mentally impaired. And because I used my rights and followed the law when I am not informed or not aware of things going on with my children, I can enforce by legal action, which is wellness checks, calling the police to make sure there are things okay. And that is used against me because even though my children were sleeping, they were told your mother called the cops when they were not even. I watched that officer's body cam, Miss G, for 8 minutes and 13 seconds. Nowhere in that body cam did that officer wake my children up, disturb how they were sleeping, or anything like that. But it was told to the judge to get my visits removed that I'm constantly, incessantly, that's the word they use, incessantly, calling the police all hours of the night, all days of the week, all the time. So,
God.
coming from the foster care manager, which is her name is Jillian Hudson. She works for HeartShare St. Vincent Services in Brooklyn here. She said, and I quote, you cannot, no, I'm sorry, not Miss Hudson, Miss Lydia King, who is the manager of HeartShare St. Vincent Services here in New York. She
Hmm.
responded, you cannot call the police to do wellness checks because you know your children are safe and you know where they are. End quote.
Oh
So
my
my
God. But do you
Yes.
have that in writing or?
Oh no, I have it on a recording, and I got it transcribed, and I got it certified, so it's admissible for court when we go back to fact finding.
Wow.
See, these are the links I have to go to, and they basically disregard and dismiss anything that I speak about in the wellness of my children based on my melanin and based on my level of education and knowledge of this corrupt ass system. They don't expect somebody of my stature to articulate the way I speak.
That's, the thing about it is, you remember how we met, right? You and
Yes.
I. And I mean, the first time I spoke with you, I literally fell in love with you. I think at the time I gave you my cell number, but it
You
was my
definitely
old
did.
cell number.
The old self. I
Old cell number. I changed the number, by the way. I'm going to give you the new one.
was wondering. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I
find
know,
it.
I know. I had to because social workers were actually, because I said it. Remember, I said it once on the show, twice.
Right.
Remember, the social workers were like attacking me. By the way, the
Yes.
social workers in Monterey Park, courthouse on 201 Century Plaza, they're actually watching my shows.
Oh, so they're following you so they can harass you even more.
When I gave my number, they started calling me on my number. Anyways, I had to do
You
what I
can't
had to
escape
do.
the corruption. This shit is
Yeah.
unreal. Unreal.
Yeah, but I told them, I said, bring it on, BITCH, and I didn't want to, and then I put an ES in there, and she didn't like what I said, but of course it's going to be hearsay type of thing because they called me from a 213 number, but
Right.
that 213 number was like, no telling who called me from there. Get it? Like,
Right.
it
And that's what
says
they do.
Department of Children and Family Services, but no way I can tell who in that department actually called me. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yep.
the thing about it is, what you're going through, and I remember when you and I spoke, they can't process the way you're speaking and um, how you carry yourself because they want you to be a crazy person. Because how else are they going to get their accusation against you stick if you're not crazy? So they kept poking you, poking you, poking you,
Yes, like a
knowing
bear.
what
Yep.
you're going through, and keep poking and poking and poking. That's why I told you what, they're demonic. They're possessed by legions of demons,
They
and
have
they're
it.
narcissistic sociopathic. Because only a narcissist will keep poke you until you lose your damn mind.
And then when you maul the hell out of them after they poke the bear, now
Correct.
you're the guilty one. After they have pushed you to the point of no return, taken everything from you that means anything to you, and then expect you to still be sane and in your right state of mind. Like
Correct.
you got that's the definition of insanity right there. Like
Correct.
you got
Yeah.
to be kidding me.
Correct. And that's why, like, when I tell people, when they're watching, not just watching my show, they're watching a lot of people, and they're on social media. And when I give you guys awareness, do you remember Akima? And I told you, baby, that they're pretending to be victims of CPS on social media.
Right.
I brought awareness of that. They didn't like that. And yeah, they started attacking me even worse because what happens is they pretend they have a group, right? They start a group, and they're like admin on the group, and then they start, saying victim of CPS, or they will give it a name like
Tell your side
stop
or something
stealing our
like that. Yeah.
children, or whatever they use,
And
right?
pull you in and use that against you. You're right.
And they pull you in, and then they go against you. You know what I mean? And hold on, Kima. Now, because I talk about them, I get really hot, and I have to turn on the fan now.
It makes sure I'm
Seriously,
sure
I
it
mean,
makes your skin like it makes your blood boil from the
it makes
inside.
my
I
blood
swear
boil, like, seriously.
it
So
does.
what happened was, when I give you guys that message, they got mad because now a lot of parents are be careful, like, they're very careful because they ask you guys, where's your case at? So basically, the questions that I ask you guys, they ask you the same questions.
Right. To get you to fall into that trap
Yeah,
as,
and
trying
then
to play like
oftentimes,
you're
you know what people do?
they
They
fall
fall
in.
into it.
I did. I know I did. I can honestly say that. I fell in at first because I feel like in this situation I did nothing wrong but ask for help. And I was wrong for asking for help.
Yeah. But baby girl, I know you didn't know, but there's no way of telling. But that's why when I give people warnings, right? I literally want you guys to be aware because I told you guys my biggest happiness is when I see all of you guys have your kids back. You understand? Because I want to hurt the department so badly, but the right legal way to do it is to bring awareness and to expose them,
Right.
right? And when I bring awareness and to for you guys to be able to understand what's going on, some of you guys don't believe. I'm sitting with one right now. Say hi. Say
Hello,
hi, Jason.
hello, hello.
Hi, Jason.
I'm sitting with one right now. He didn't believe. He didn't understand. He didn't understand. But
You
every
know,
time you explain, what did he say, Akima?
no, no, I was gonna let you finish. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, baby, it's okay. But every time you explain yourself too much to the social workers, they literally set you up, guys up to fail. You can't record them in a CFT meeting, but they can record you.
Right. But see, in New York, we can record them, and that's what I've been doing. So
Good to know.
now it's
Yeah,
like every time I say something, and then I say, well, as per the audio on this day,
right.
like me to upload it to your email. Whose email should I send it to? Everybody gets quiet, and then that's pushed under the rug, and now they want to talk about something else. Now
It's
they want
true.
to talk about something else.
It's true. It's true. Check this out. Jason just said yeah, so he agrees. But the thing is, like literally, I know you guys seen Jason before, but I don't want to show his face right now. But he's truly a victim. He's a good dad, Akima. He's such a good dad.
And we don't have that many of them out there. So kudos to you, Jason. Keep fighting.
Yeah, there's not too many dads out there, dude. I see. When I spoke to his daughter yesterday, and I swear I got teary and I cried after the call ended. And she's gorgeous, Akima. She's like when I tell you she's gorgeous, she should be on the magazine gorgeous. Okay, and and anyways, he hired the wrong attorney, and he lost his he lost his daughter again. So what the social workers do, and that's everywhere in the United States, including New York. By the way, Akima, I need your address because I'm going to New York with Attorney Davies on a case.
Yes. So I want to court watch too.
Okay,
I'm
so
there. Just tell me
I'm
what borough.
yeah, and I'm gonna send you something. So just text me your address when I give you my when I send you my cell number. Okay.
Got it. But I
Um,
did wanted to let you know, Miss G. You know how CPS screwed me over, right? You know I didn't get to attend my child's graduation, right?
no, you didn't tell. We haven't talked for a while.
Fifth grade graduation, something I groomed her for years. With all this technology in place,
Really?
they took that once in a lifetime event from me. Like
I know
that.
how you feel. Yep. You know
I
what?
mean, I couldn't believe it. Like, and that's not even the best part. Because my child is now in junior high school, she's in a new district with new people which have no knowledge of anything going on. I thought, as the involved parent that I was, I would be proactive. So when I received the email to do orientation for new sixth graders, I reached out to her new school and was very transparent with them, let them know everything that was going on as far as the resistance, the restriction, the situation with the living, and what my rights entail, supplied documentation to the school with the court order to show what level of interaction I was allowed to have and what information I was privy to regarding their education and overall well-being within the school stature. Everything was fine. I became a volunteer just for these last couple of days. I was helping with the PTA, getting those together, which I'm always on, which they kicked me off.
I believe you.
But now, all of a sudden, I see my daughter yesterday after me, and he's the greatest. I got married, Miss G, but we'll talk about that later.
What? I
I
can't
didn't get to
believe
tell anybody, but now I get to tell the world he's the best supporter ever, and he's my knight in shining armor. So without him and
you.
Mr. Davis's platforms, I don't think I would have made it this far with the way they're speaking in mental illness about me.
Oh,
So
Akima,
I'm very happy. I finally am in love for the first time.
my baby.
So, with this everything going on, I can't really focus on my new marriage, but
I know.
he is very understanding and he is behind me 100%. So,
Bless you guys.
he's helping me
So
with this
happy.
fight and keeping me focused. But
You
You
deserve the
know,
best. You
yes, we
deserve
were
the
at her
best.
school doing collating like parents do. We were helping out, volunteering. And I didn't see my daughter when we left to get lunch. When we came back, I happened to see her. I followed the court order. I did not communicate. I didn't say anything. I didn't even look her direction once I realized she was there. This little girl got up and made it seem like I was traumatizing her and had me removed
Oh my God.
and told them she didn't want me back there.
Oh my God.
That's what was said to me by the administrators at this school, but I didn't hear it from my child herself. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't not believe it because my children have been brainwashed. And, with my 11-year-old, she has ODD with ADHD. So she's extremely defiant and very manipulative. And she's one of those children that takes sides when it's beneficial on her behalf.
Yeah, she's not manipulative. She learned it. It's a learned behavior.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And she's
She's, but
blinded by dollar signs,
not
just like
born that way.
CPS.
Right. That your child was not born that way. Your
No,
child,
not at all. Not with the values that I've instilled in her. And honestly, Miss G, as a child of abuse, both sexual and physical, I try to refrain from imposing those things on my children because I did not get the resources I needed as a child to parent, sometimes parent in a positive way. So I reach out for these resources that are supposed to assist these parents in need. And when I do that, CPS steps right in and pulls the wool from under my eyes and snatches my kids. They've never, in all 10 of my CPS involvement years, have never given me a less restrictive to removal. Less restrictive alternative to removal. Never.
so what they do, Akima, and I know you watched that show before. Remember I told you they medicate children 2 years and up?
Absolutely.
You know why they medicate children?
So
Because
they
they
can
make them
control them.
correct, and to control them. So the pharmaceutical company is there's a the reason that pharmaceutical company is $1 trillion a year entity is for a reason. Okay, Bill Gates wants to what decrease the
All of it.
population.
Yep.
Right, him and his wife they have it written on their building, and everybody wants people dead,
And
literally.
that's
So what
sad because
they
you
do is,
overpopulate and then now you're trying to euthanize everybody. Like,
right.
this is like Auschwitz and slavery all over again.
Right, but they can control the young ones with drugs. What I'm saying is they want us to be numbed, they want us to be drugged so they can control us. And that's what people don't understand. And CPS, again, medicate children. Your daughter doesn't know what she's doing right now. Your daughter doesn't know you. I know you more than your daughter knows you.
I believe it.
Okay? You're a good woman. You're a good woman. You're intelligent. You're not stupid. You
And
just went
that's
through
the
a hard
problem.
life. Yeah.
That's the
Life
problem.
happened to you just like it happened to me, just like it happened to everybody. But the thing is, the way you carried yourself is what made me respect you.
And I appreciate that because,
Yeah.
even now, becoming an attorney, I was still said, I was still told, I was a liar. That's impossible. And
Oh, I know.
the law school takes years and years. It does. And I never said I wasn't doing it for years.
But the thing is, they tell your daughter the same thing. You get it? They tell your
Right.
daughter you don't want to visit her when they cancel your visitation. They tell
Right.
your daughter that this and that, and that's what your daughter is holding on to. I need you. I wish your daughter can get it. I wish me and you can do a tape together so your daughter can know her mother
And
through.
that's the thing.
I will tell. No, no, no. I know your story very well. So maybe somebody can give her that.
And that's all I want is the
Yeah.
truth. I want my children to
USB
know the
drive.
truth.
Right. A USB drive. You can download this. And if you know a friend of hers or somebody that she talks to at school, give that to her. If you can hand it to her,
Oh, to stop you and not to cut you off, Miss G, I got blamed for violating the court order, a third party, when somebody at her school that's a mutual parent through mutual friends, he reached over. He was like, "Hey, look who I found," and I said, "Hey, baby, happy, congratulations." Do you know I was penalized for violating the order, third party? But I also wanted to prove a point. The children's attorney said, anytime they have interaction with me, it results in therapeutic destabilization and therapeutic intervention. So I wanted to know that day when I told her congratulations for her, for her making it, through the elementary school. Did she go to the hospital after that, or did she go to Red Lobster? So you have to make sure the things that you state in the open court, don't perjure yourself, because that's what you did. You said every interaction with me results in a therapeutic intervention. I just proved that. Even though I may have violated it third party, because I would see it like that, it did not require therapeutic intervention. She wouldn't have had a seafood feast. So the lies have to stop. But I'm the crazy one. But yet I'm allowed to make legal decisions, therapeutic decisions for them, educational decisions for them, medical decisions for them. But I'm not in my right mind. They must be out there freaking mind if they think that's normal and that's okay and that's going to be tolerated when it's convenient. I'm out of my mind when it's convenient, but when I enforce my rights or what is court ordered, I am restricted and dismissed and made to look like I'm having this quote win at all cost unquote attitude.
Wow.
Yep, that's why I
This,
said
I, but you
you
didn't
don't
do
even know
anything.
what to say, right?
They don't want your daughter to know that you were there acknowledging her day.
Thank
That's
you.
they don't want your daughter to know that, and your daughter is too young to understand, and she's a teenager, so they're kind of silly anyways.
Anyway, right? They're mixy, right?
With their head is so clouded already, and this is just more information to them to make it worse. And the thing about it is, for them to see that mom was there, they have to punish mom for her being a mom.
Thank you. Oh God, you took the words right out my mouth.
It's true.
It's like every time I try to be a mom, I
Mhm.
get penalized. But
Yeah.
they're supposed to be attorneys and social workers, and they can't be a social worker with. Most of them are unlicensed, so they're case planners. Let's just
Oh yeah,
clarify that.
but they call
Let's
themselves.
clarify
Yeah,
that.
I'm glad you mentioned that. They call themselves social workers, and they a couple of them lied in LA County. And when we did our own investigation, it was actually at one in training. She doesn't
Yeah,
know what
thank you.
she's doing. Yeah, and she's such an idiot. And the supervisor sent her on the um, um, on the doorsteps of the parent by herself.
Yeah, they tried. They set her up, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, she said
you're
she
a
was
case planner.
licensed. Yeah, everything, and she wasn't. And one of our clients had a ring camera outside the door, and
And that's what I
was
do.
recorded. Yeah, it was all recorded,
Hmm.
and she wasn't licensed.
I'm still waiting to see where it was documented that these were extringent circumstances and that there was no warrant
Right, right,
issued.
right.
And then this is the one. This is the straw that the icing on the cake, the straw that broke the camel's back. My ex-husband, who I was telling you, who was on parole for murder,
Can I take a?
violating the court order, and
Can I
he was
switch? Can I
given
switch? Hold on,
supervised visitation.
Akima, hold on. Say
Okay. Hi, Mr. Davis.
Hello,
How
how
are
are you?
you? How's everything?
Good, good. How are you?
we just got
Hanging
in.
on by a thread.
We're 100 degrees in Arcadia, where we are.
But I'm just like, you cannot tell me mentally impaired. I am mentally impaired. You have to be out your mind if you can expose two children to a person that initiated the sequence of events that got them removed. But yet, you give this same person with no acknowledgement of paternity, no presumed parent status, no relationship with these children, a person who has assaulted his stepchild, which initiated this removal and remand.
Right.
But yet, I looked at the delivered service logs, and thank you, Mr. Davis, for me knowing I'm allowed to have those. Finally got those.
Good.
So I looked at the delivered service logs, and it states from the CPS worker his entry note on February 9th of 2023. Mr. Alex Shore wrote, and I quote, Mr. Gaines, who is the father of the younger child and stepfather of my older child, is currently on parole for murder from Pennsylvania with a full order protection from the children and the birth mother, but would like to be involved in court proceedings regarding his daughter and stepdaughter moving forward. But you are evading the law actively, so you guys are all accessories to a fugitive. So
Can you
that is
send me
insane.
that? Do you know how to take a screenshot of that and just send me that
Oh,
part?
absolutely, absolutely. I was already setting stuff up and putting post-its here and there, so when we go back to fact
Can you,
find, then I can bring these things up.
Akima, can you email it to me?
Absolutely,
Akima, if I send you my cell number on there in the private chat, are you going to be able to see it?
I should be able to. Yeah.
Just remember,
Yep. I'm gonna send it to you right now because I didn't have told it that red one.
just send it to myself.
Yep. Because you cannot possibly tell me. You go to my daughter, who is his stepdaughter, and you say your mother told the judge she does not want you talking to your dad. First of all, I can't tell the judge shit. That's one. So that's a lie right there. Now my attorney could say something to the judge, but again, that was not what was said.
But the problem is with everyone, you guys have a court appointed attorney.
I haven't what?
Hold on, let me mute you because I have an echo here. Hold on. So the problem is you guys deal with the court appointed attorney, and the court appointed attorneys everywhere in the United States, they literally focus on only what the court expects them to do. They can't go on and beyond. So that's when you hire someone like Davis, for example, he goes on and beyond, right? He doesn't have like he can't, not he can't, he doesn't work for the courts. He doesn't work for the state.
Right.
So he's an independent
But
attorney.
no, my attorney's on retainer. She's not a public defender. But
Say
she's
what?
the fourth attorney though, Miss G. So she came like,
Is that
right
the one
when
you
fact
told me
find.
you were going to hire, Akima?
I'm sorry?
Is that the one you last time we spoke? You said you were going to hire her.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And she's
Right,
been working her ass off, Miss G. Like I'm not even gonna kid, I'm not kidding.
I
But
get you.
because she came late to the game and she does not want to, drag it out anymore, she is, she's
We have
very proactive and I'm helping her as far as, being a pro se represent myself. So it's like, even though she's there on the forefront, I still have input and knowledge of how to, move forward with my case during this fact finding. So it's just like, now the defense is still, they have to my knowledge, is their last witness. We go back September 17th, and the defense should be resting after this last testimony, and then it will be our turn. But as far as like my line of questioning and things that I have written down to, cross examine, these things are a little bit confusing in a way because I can't hear you, Ms. G.
myself. I
Yes,
always
got
mute
it.
myself. I am so sorry, baby girl.
But
So
it's just like a little confusing because the things that were stated earlier with the earlier witnesses, one of the witnesses were her statement was retracted based on lack of credibility.
mm,
Then conflict of interest based on you being the secretary in the school with my children and also having a personal outside relationship with me that you
mhm,
kind of merge the two, which you cannot do that.
correct.
You cannot be a DOE employee and Auntie Kathy at the same time on a Saturday when DOE employees do not work on the weekends.
Makes sense.
So you cannot be a DOE employee providing respite on the weekend. You have to talk to me nice. Like, talk to me the right way.
I understand, but you can't expect them to do that. You cannot expect them to think like you, honey. You can't expect people to think like you. You understand?
Glasses. I'm trying to like, I think I'm getting old before my time, Miss G. Can't see.
Honey.
But I'm rolling through the paper so I can text it to you and email it to you. So you can see exactly the disgust that I'm going through.
Okay, I texted you. I mean, I
I
shared
got
with you.
it. Got the number.
Here.
And
Okay.
I separated all the pages just because I outlined these things. I highlighted them. Because there's 214 pages of delivered service logs up until September 1st. So, yes, it would be right here. And it's stated, first of all, on this family service progress notes, they have my 11-year-old. It says father's name check box if paternity established. They have my 11-year-old with my ex-husband as her biological father and paternity established. That's wrong.
So
That's
paternity was never established.
Paternity was never established. It was only presumed because I was married to my youngest child's father, which is her biological father, but there's no acknowledgement of attorney, no order of affiliation, and there is no DNA. She does not have
Gotcha.
his last name. He has never been in her life up until August 13th of 2022, where he was paroled, and 39 days after that, he was arrested.
Oh
So
my.
there has really been no relationship with his biological child. And my 11-year-old, who was his stepchild, he was
Mhm.
only in her life for maybe like 6 months to maybe a year and a half, and then he went on the run before he was apprehended. So it's like you've been incarcerated for the last 7.5 years. You've been on the run for the last year and a half, but yet you get stopped in Maine on a routine traffic stop. I saw you on Newsbreak, but you're released again, and the assistant DAs out here in New York, they're awaiting extradition, but nobody's looking for you.
You know what's so sad though? I've seen a lot of bad men get away with murder.
Hmm.
I'm not joking. I asked an attorney, one of the attorneys that used to work for us. She said to me that it's a man's world when it comes to the court. When
Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
And I'm being honest with you, and I am no disrespect to anyone, but um, I've noticed that. I've noticed that they get away, they get a slap on the hand, on the
All the
wrist.
time.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at myself. I'm like, wait a minute now. If I would have done that, I would have been arrested. If I would have violated a court order, I would have been arrested.
Absolutely. But you want to hear something that they said about me? And I quote, it says, the mother, whoever fails to seek needed therapy, as a result, the mother's mental health has deteriorated into a full breakdown and she loses touch with reality. The mother is the sole caretaker of a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old. That was at the time of removal, which was 549 days ago.
So because of your cancer,
Because of my diagnosis of being bipolar and because of my cancer, I cannot parent safely because I won't sign a HIPAA to let you know I'm in mental health services. Never been out of mental health services. Got an evaluation the day my children were removed, Miss G. I did a whole Facebook Live during the evaluation. I was released 45 minutes, 45 minutes with the appointment a month away
do
for
you
mental
still
health.
have that? Do you still have that live?
Absolutely. I have all of my proof. That's why I couldn't understand why a 1028 was not put in to have the children returned while I went to trial. I
Hmm.
have every piece of documentation, and the delivered service logs was the last piece of the puzzle. And now
Hey,
I have them.
I have an idea.
Yes,
Like,
ma'am.
you know, I've known you for a while, and I have a lot of love for you and respect for you. Okay. Why don't you join the school? It's on Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
It's
10
it's
a.m. Pacific Standard Time?
mhm.
Okay.
And
So
it's
1 o'clock Eastern Standard
it's
Time.
spelled SKOOL. I can email you the link,
Okay.
and it's only $27, and it's like 3 hours.
Okay.
And Attorney Davis will be there, and you can talk and ask questions.
Okay.
It's a really, I'm being honest with you. You're
Oh
gonna
no, I became a member. I became a perks member. So like $27 is not gonna. I need the knowledge. Like whatever I can do, coast to coast. Like you guys have been the biggest help of my life. You have no idea. And these last 4.5 years that I've been following all these platforms, like I have done shows with just about every one of Mr. Vincent's, liaisons.
I
I've like, I'm dedicated. Like I just,
you're and that's why, honestly, like I said,
and Miss
me.
Carranza, you are the best. I don't know if you can.
I can honestly tell you that ever since, like I said, ever since I've known you, you have been an amazing woman, and I have a lot of respect for you. Like I said,
Thank you, and vice
your
versa, Miss
husband is
G.
a one lucky man, and congratulations again on your union together. And I'm so
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
Can't even be happy about that when I go to court because it's like, do they need to do a background check on him? Like, it's just unnecessary shit, you know?
I understand. Understand. But
Right.
listen, I have an appointment coming up.
I believe it. You're a busy lady. You gave
Yeah,
me
I'm
this much
taking
time.
my
I'm grateful.
I know. But listen, I told you that before the show. So
Right.
I am
You
going to
definitely did. Hey, I can't be mad.
exactly. I'm gonna come. I mean, I'm gonna call you later, or just
Okay.
text me the
Wait,
video.
Miss G, the number disappeared. You sent it to me in a private chat. Did you take it back?
Okay, hold on a second.
I'm like, I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, hold on, Akima. I'm sending you a.
Because I'm gonna eat. I just want to send you like the first 10 pages of that, and then you can get a feel of what type of crap I've been dealing with.
Okay, look at the. I send you
Got
some
it.
information on private chat.
Got it. Mhm. Okay. Understood. Understood. Okay. Got it. Wow.
Okay, so
Got it.
yeah, so
No problem.
there is so much. This is why I told you guys be careful because it could be a social worker. You get,
Oh, makes sense. Makes
yeah. So
sense. Makes
yeah,
sense.
and also you can't give money to people who are not attorneys.
Yeah, because then that is considered being an imposter and collecting monetary funds for services not rendered.
Right. Imposters could be a lot of different things. Imposters, they can make, anyone can make a certificate saying, I got this, I got that. And people don't understand that with the naked eye, I can believe it. But when
But
you do
when
your
you
own research,
investigate, they leave a paper trail. You can follow those numbers.
why investigate it?
And now you're gonna make me investigate.
Not be a
I was
private
like Carmen San
investigator.
Diego.
I know, I know. He's great. He was on my show before. But what
Uh,
I'm saying is, it was, it was two people, but one of them is the one that I'm using. Uh,
right.
but like I said, you find a lot of ugliness of
And
people.
it's sad because this innocence is already ugly. It's being
I
treated
know.
ugly. And it's
Right.
not even fair to the point where we as parents, they
Mhm.
always say our voice is important, our voice is heard, this is about your family. But they are the ones destroying these relationships.
I
They
hear you.
are the ones traumatizing these children, and they are the
Absolutely.
ones basically committing fraud and kidnapping.
Yep, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, parents don't need the extra uh,
Headache.
headache by trusting a child advocate or whatever the hell they call themselves nowadays. All I'm
Now I
telling
feel
you,
like crap because my service plan consisted with that person who I paid for.
mhm.
And then I wonder if my certification is even credible now. So should I be looking for other providers to retake these services to honor the service plan if it's not going to be acknowledged?
That's why I said I think when you start with the $27,
I will
I'm
be
gonna
there.
tell you, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna help you. What's gonna help you is getting the right attorney to give you that information. I'm gonna mute you again because it's echoing again. So once you sign up for that program on Saturday, I will tell you what to expect from that. You expect that Attorney Davis will answer your questions and give you the right advice rather than pay somebody who is not an attorney, right? To get advice from them where they're already getting advice from Attorney Davis to begin with. That's what you people don't understand. That person would call Davis, ask him advice, then go give it to the other parent. But the advice, there's more involved to it. There's paper forms involved and paperwork involved. There's the documents involved and how to complete a document. A lot of people say, I'm going to file a 388. You guys don't understand that the 388 is involved so much in it. Exhibits, and you have to write the whatever the like a mini declaration attached and the exhibit attached, and there's a time where you need to file it and when you need to file it, and even an appeal. When you file for an appeal, there's it's like different process, right? You file for the appeal, then you wait for a response, then then all this, and then when you come to the argument, right, closing arguments, then you better have an attorney, because when you do your own closing argument, you don't know nothing. You understand? You can get AI to type it for you. You can get AI to do whatever that heck AI does. AI to me is like Satan's playground. I'm being honest. Artificial intelligence, God did not make artificial intelligence. God made humans, right? But we're relying on AI? Hmm, interesting. But again, I'm not a robot person, right? So people are taking that AI information and they're putting their own words, and then the AI formats it, right? The way they want it to sound like in court. But AI cannot go to court with you and be your defense, right? I can write anything down and it can look like it's $1 million. But how are you going to present that $1 million that's written down, right? You're not going to say, Your Honor, this is AI. Go ahead, Akima. I know you want to say something.
I'm over here. I'm like biting my fingers over here, like. But no, I'm just like the to the extreme that they go to, of making you think you're losing your mind. It's just, if you're saying a parent is mentally impaired and you're using psychological warfare, and then on top of that, you're poking the bear, and then whatever is legal, whatever is written, and whatever is ordered is not being honored. But you stand in my face and tell me a foster parent cannot be held in contempt. That's a total crap. That's total crap. I did not read that anywhere in any New York case law. You're muted.
The client is here. We're going to have to
Okay.
finish that later.
Thank you for your time, Miss G, and I will definitely reach out to you. I'm getting all the stuff together to email you now.
Love you.
Love you too. Good luck.
Bye, baby.
Bye.